Gems Network. Yo, 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 yo.
What's poppin'? This your boy EJ, aka Sir Evangeline Joseph, aka the biggest Jim, aka Mr. Petty.
And it's your boy Wayne Wilmatic Beats. Father of two, educator of the year.
Come on, man.
You know, graphic designer of the year.
Come on, man.
All of the things above.
Website designer.
Come on, man.
Producer.
All of those things.
Artist.
Okay. You hyping me up today. You hyping me up
man.
today.
I'm feeling good today.
Hey, look, man. But like we always say,
it ain't never about us.
Never about us. We have another special guest in the building.
Man, when you think of a mom, when you think of a fiance,
okay.
When you think of no, not no more.
When you think of
we should have done a update. Okay, but go ahead.
I'm looking at your stuff, doing my research, but my bad. When you think of serial entrepreneur,
there you go.
Hairstylist,
there you go.
Salon owner,
there you go.
Author,
life guide,
content creator,
extraordinaire,
life coach.
You only think of one person.
No, you got one more thing. You got Amazon affiliate.
Oh,
LTK affiliate. Add that on there.
You know, you only think of one person, and it's the one, the only.
Ashlee Patterson.
Ashlee Patterson. Come on, clap it up.
Life in the ash lane.
Life in the ash lane.
Hi, hello. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. I am truly blessed. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, look, this has been a long time coming. We've rescheduled twice now.
Yeah, you done played me to the left a couple of times. You done played me small.
Like
you know,
I had to show up big.
You know,
don't do that.
It's never intentional. Look, life happens. You a mom. You know these things. And look, and both of us
understand. This is all jokes.
Yeah. But look, we're just so glad to be able to finally have you on. It's one that we've been talking about for a while,
and it's virtual.
That's also something new for us. Look, we're crossing a lot of paths.
Am I your first virtual guest?
First virtual guest. There you go.
I'm extra honored.
Yeah.
Extra honored.
Extra.
You know, we're breaking barriers. Look, StreamYard barrier, virtual guest barrier. You
out of state. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We can't.
I mean, she is out of state.
Big things.
Where you from? That's how we like to start our show.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah. Born and raised. Probably one of the few locals.
Oh, man. So it's kind of like Atlanta, how like everybody that live there and not really from there?
Everybody's a transplant. 75-80% of the people you run into are not from Nashville. They're new Nashville. If you've been here less than 10 years, you're new Nashville for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you grew up.
Right.
Okay. So in all actuality, Nashville is the largest city from where I'm from. People don't know my hometown, so I rarely say that I'm from my hometown because no one has ever heard of it. But I'm from a suburban city, a rural area outside of Nashville called Gallatin, Tennessee. It just sounds country when you say it. You can't help but say it real country. But I grew up in a small town. I am the oldest of two, and I am a country girl at heart, to be honest. I was raised in a very loving family, a big family with lots of influences from positive people. So my background really does influence why I speak the way that I speak. I had a very active father in my life. I just left my daddy's house. So I am very much raised with positive male role models. And my mom, although she was a strong, independent Black woman, I don't need no man, she was able to tell me, don't do what I do better than I do. So I am blessed to have, a look into both sides, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, yeah, I just grew up small town, knew that I wanted more. My dad was adamant about sending me somewhere every summer so that I could experience the world outside of my small city. And, yeah, as soon as I graduated high school, I went straight to hair school and became a licensed cosmetologist. Okay. And once I finished that training, I went directly back into school and got my business degree with a concentration of entrepreneurship because I knew I always wanted to be a business owner. And we can dive deep into why that is later. But yeah, that's me. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for 17 years. I only service women because I believe my purpose and mission in life is to be the change that I want to see. And I'm hoping to encourage the women that I encounter and have exchanges with to see life a little differently. Because I think it starts with us, because we influence the men and we raise the children. So, yeah.
Hey, look, you said a mouthful. Look, I ain't gonna lie, you kind of cut out a little bit towards the end, but I
Oh,
heard what you said.
no.
You hope to influence the generation of younger women to be able to
Yes.
achieve their goals and to be able to really set out for those things. You said a
Yes.
lot. You said a mouthful, and we're gonna get into it.
I
We're
want to.
definitely gonna get into
Okay.
So when did your love for hair start?
I was a young thing. I remember being 4 and 5, braiding hair on my Barbies with my mom on the front porch. My mom used to braid as like a side hustle. So she taught me how to braid very early on. And I had my first paying client when I was 12. So it has always been, yeah, your girl has been after the bag for many, many years. So it's always been a passion of mine because I loved doing hair. But as I really developed my skills, that's how it expanded into not just making women feel beautiful from the outside, but I was able to really pour into them and help them to feel beautiful from the inside.
Did you know?
Hence how the content creation came about.
Did you know that you had a gift early on?
For doing hair,
Yes.
I didn't know it was a gift until it became easier for me than the average. And that honestly, I didn't discover that until I was year 3, 4, 5 in my career, if you want me to be honest.
Right.
Because I was comparing my gift to success based on what success looked like in my industry. And I wasn't driving the fancy cars or making a whole bunch of money. You know what I mean? I didn't see it yet. So I didn't think that I was gifted because I didn't have the tangible success. But
Isn't that
yeah,
so
when I had,
crazy?
yeah, we associate.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to lead.
Oh, nah, you fine. But I was just saying like how we like associate what we have and like materials based off of our gift and what we're like really,
Mm-hmm.
really good at it. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
and I know you're probably looking at it like it's a blessing that you kept going.
Right.
Yes. So there were many times that I felt like giving up because I didn't see the monetary gain from it as quick as what I thought it would come, if that makes sense. I knew I was good, but I didn't know how great I was until I had clients that were willing to follow me wherever I went. I had clients that would move out of state and fly back to see me because no one else was able to replicate what I was giving to them.
Right.
Um, to have, and they say that the greatest tip that you can ever get in the beauty industry is a referral. So when I looked up and my very first salon client, shout out to Demetria, my very first in salon client, I had her sister, her daughter, her niece. She had people coming in from out of town to visit her, and she would recommend me. And when you look up and you have an entire family in your clientele, that speaks volumes. Clearly, I'm doing something well. And to keep children from 9, 10 years old to watch these babies graduate from college.
Right.
Now that's a reality check that you've got to be doing something right. And so to see these people, stick with me for 17 years, that's crazy. And so
Yeah.
I'm beyond honored and flattered, and I'm glad that my gift can serve others.
I'm glad that you kind of led down that road for me because I'm getting ready to go down it for you. You spoke on
Yeah.
how you've been having these clients and you've been able to literally watch them grow, right? You said from a child all the way up to them graduating. But with that comes a lot of responsibility, right?
Huge
You've put
amount.
yourself in a position to be these people personal therapists,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yes.
one thing that barbershops and all salons, right, have in common is when you're getting your hair done or you're getting your hair cut, you have these intimate conversations with your barber or your
Mm-hmm.
stylist. So
Yep.
I want you to talk to me about that role that you've been able to play in these different people's lives.
Absolutely. So I love that I'm able to be so comfortable sharing my life experiences and my mistakes and my wins. There are a lot of people that hide behind perfection, but you cannot grow in a lie. And the reason I
Right.
start with that is because watching I take the responsibility of being influential in people's lives very seriously, if you can't tell based on my content. But when I was only able to, inspire the people that were in my chair, I knew that what I was saying to these people would have lasting effects. I don't want to give them bad advice. I don't want to give them advice that I wouldn't live by. I don't want to give them advice that I wouldn't give to my children or my loved ones. So I wanted to really make sure that I was able to feed into not only the person that they are today, but speak life into the person that they will become. And
Right.
so the level of responsibility that the hairstylists, the barbers, the nail techs have, I don't think people take it as seriously as they should. But we should know, and I don't know what state you guys are in, but in the state of Tennessee, the State Board of Cosmetology required us to take a brief domestic violence training because what they
Wow.
were discovering is hairstylists were finding out about domestic violence before anybody else was because we are people's confidants.
Right.
So I take it very seriously, and I always try to ensure that I'm leading people down the right path to the best of my ability. And if I cannot, I don't give any advice, and I recommend seeking help from a professional because I would never want to steer someone wrong and get results that we don't want. So yes, it's something that people should take very seriously for sure.
Speaking of that, is doing hair a outlet and stress reliever for you?
It's so funny you asked me that because we were just talking about this the other day. My body goes into autopilot. I've done it so many times. I have systems in place to where it is so rhythmic for me that I don't even catch myself doing it until one of my teammates pointed it out. I rock while I'm doing hair because it's soothing. And
Mm.
so it's definitely, my body is it's a system. It's a rhythm that my body gets into, and it is absolutely therapeutic for me. And it doesn't even feel like work at this point. Not
Yeah.
only because I've perfected the techniques, but because I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't do hair just for the money. Now I like getting my money, but I do it because I thoroughly enjoy it. I would do it for free if I could afford to. Sincerely.
Speaking of perfect, what was the first style that you perfected?
Mm.
What is the first style that I perfected? Like that moment where you like, I did that and I did
Yeah,
it
Right.
again.
you can do it again, and you can
And
do
I
it
did it
again.
again. Yes. So the basis, and I know you're probably gonna be like, that's so simple. Every style in my salon starts with a shampoo, condition, and a blow dry. I'm an old school stylist, baby. You will get your hair shampooed when you come into the salon. That was one of my most recent viral videos that I had on TikTok with over 1.8 million views because people are not shampooing hair
Better pop
anymore.
it.
Like, say it again.
I said you better pop your stuff.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna dim my light. I'm gonna let it shine bright on here. Um, um, so I really pride myself. Healthy hair starts at the scalp. That's what a lot of people are overlooking. So for all of these stylists that are not shampooing their clients' hair, to me, that is going to lead down a road of breakage and damage and unhealthy hair. And I can't have it. So
Mm.
the first style, the first thing that I ever perfected that I realized, yeah, I got that, was when I put somebody to sleep at the shampoo bowl. It's
Oh,
that serious for me. You're gonna take a nap because that massage is that relaxing. And so that's where your money is really made. If you want me to be honest, you give a good shampoo, you give a good conditioning, you give a good blow dry, that is the foundation for every style that you do. So like
Right.
just the regular cleanse and press, I can do that in an hour and not even blink. And that's the style that now it doesn't matter what hair texture, how thick, how short, how long, I'm going to kill that every time. Every time.
Right. You have this running tagline where you say, I'm an old school hairdresser, right? I'm an old school hairstylist.
I'm
Where
an
where
old
did that
school
come?
stylist.
Old school
So
stylist. Yeah.
yeah. So it was a, excuse me, it was a trend on TikTok because there was a lot of controversy going on between new school stylists and old school stylists. So the new school stylists are not shampooing, blow drying, trimming ends. They don't know how to do nothing but lay down lace fronts and do knotless braids. No shade. No shade, because we need those services too. However, clients were missing that care. They wanted beauticians back, baby. They wanted cosmetologists back, not just a hairstylist. And so I seen the trend going on TikTok and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make one real quick. Didn't think that it was gonna blow up like that. But instead of saying I'm a new school stylist, I seen someone say I'm an old school stylist. I was like, I'm gonna do my version of that. And it hit. And
Yeah.
so now I'm an old school stylist, baby. You're gonna get that hair shampooed every time.
Have people been referred to you through TikTok?
Thousands. I mean, the phones are ringing. When that video went viral, I don't think a lot of people know this. It went viral on TikTok with 1.6, 1.7 something million views, but it also went viral on Twitter. I was trending on Twitter for 4 days and somebody reposted it. And I want to say it got 6.7 million
Wow.
shares. I don't know exactly how the insights work on Twitter because I'm not on Twitter, but I've been very intentional to make sure that I'm accessible to people because I'm in the public space. I'm in service.
Right.
So you can book me through my TikTok. You can book me through my Instagram. And the people were coming from Twitter to my Instagram and my TikTok. And ever since that video went viral back in January, February time, I have honestly gotten 2, 3, 4 new clients a week. And that may not sound like a lot, but that's a lot from a video that has not gotten any play since January.
Right.
So yeah, like they definitely are coming to look for me. And if they can't get me, I'm putting them on with my team.
How have you adjusted to that? Right. You've been able to reach this amount of I would say internet sensation, right? Where on TikTok you have this huge following, and you're in
Is
the
it
process.
huge?
I think so.
Okay.
You don't
What's the follower count?
huge.
240, 248.
Huge.
I think.
K,
Let me
right?
double check.
248.
Let me double check.
Correct.
Yeah, 248.3.
There you go. That's a huge following.
248.3K.
Okay.
And that's not large. Or you looking for that M?
Can I get the M? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not striving for that. Whatever comes organically is what I accept.
Right. I think, when us looking at the numbers, right? I told my brother, I said, look, I think we need to get Ashlee on here. I think it's gonna be dope. We haven't really had anybody on our show that's in her field. I think it's gonna be great. And when he looked at it, he was like, oh wow, she got a good following. Like, she really out here popping it on TikTok. And you are, but my question is, how have you adjusted to that, right? Because would you say this kind of happened overnight for you? Like the virality of your videos?
So if I could just break that down for a moment, I've been making content, but I was making content on Facebook for years, for like over 10 years. The same way I just get on TikTok and talk, I've been doing that on Facebook for 10 years. Right. And I tried to grow into Instagram and was stuck. I was stagnant on Instagram and Facebook for years at the same follower count, doing the same kind of content. But I was a little apprehensive because it's controversial. For those who don't know, my content that I've gone viral from, outside of that one, I'm an old school stylist video, my content has nothing to do with hair, really. Mm-hmm. So I didn't start going viral until last year. I did a video that ended up on World Star, which was crazy. But I did a video saying 5 things that a man shouldn't have to ask for if he handling business. That video went crazy. That was my very first viral video. And that came from a conversation that we were having in the salon because I had a client that felt like her husband, who was going to work, helping her take care of the kids, paying all of the bills, supporting her through school, which she had changed fields like 5 times because she's a career student. I mean, I don't see the point in getting up and making his lunch every day. He can do that himself. Girl, you smoking crack. You finna lose that good man if you don't get yourself together. So I got in the car and I'm like, ain't no way I'm finna let these women believe that if they have a man that's doing all of these things for them, that they gotta ask for these 5 things. That video went off. And so to bring this full circle, I've been making this type of content for a while, trying to reach the masses, but TikTok clearly was the platform for it. So a year and a half ago is when I started consistently posting on TikTok. And my salon has seen an influx because, and I say this humbly, but my personality comes through on my content. And so I do Money Mondays where I share business advice, I share, content making advice, financial advice, and people love that I'm adding that value. So even if it's not content that is hair related, when they figure out I do hair and they're in my area, they want to support because I'm supporting them in some type of way.
Right.
But yeah, to keep up with it, I've 2X myself. There's a team of 5 people that work with me. And I have a whole social media salon manager because I couldn't keep up with it. So yeah, I know I kind of went all over the place, but I just wanted to emphasize that I did not go viral for hair content. I went viral for just real life content. And then people who needed hair services connected with me. People will spend with you when they can relate to you.
But that's what you wanted to do in the first place, as far as
I'm trying to retire from hair.
Yeah. So,
oh,
go ahead.
You got it.
What I wanted to ask you was when was you? So you did hair. You've been doing hair, but what was the moment like? And when you fell in love with the business?
So I believe that moment. Okay, let me slow down. How deep you want me to get? You want me to be real honest, or you want me to give you the politically correct answer? Which one you want?
I want you to go. I want you to be real.
All right. So the business of hair is so vastly underestimated. And what I mean by that is some years ago, let's say 10 years ago, I went to a hair show. There used to be a hair show in Atlanta every year. And I took my team. It was a group of us that went just as friends, And there was a class that got canceled at the last minute. So I'm sitting in the hall with nothing to do because everybody went off to take their own classes. So I seen a barber class, and I'm not a barber, but I got an hour and a half to kill. I'm going to go in here and sit.
Right.
I went and sit in this class, and it was not about barbering. It was about a barbershop owner who was making $1 million almost in his barbershop.
Sheesh.
That's unheard of. How are you doing this? So I sit in here and he is breaking down all the multiple revenues that he is making from this salon, from this barbershop. His barbershop is 100% commission. He does his own products. He does merch. And that was the very first barber that I had ever heard that does content and education training. And this man was making close to $1 million and was getting ready to open up like his 3rd location. So it was at that moment that I had like a light bulb moment that it's bigger than just how many clients that I can service behind one chair. I fell in love with the idea of 2X, 4X, 10X in myself by training people, putting systems and policies in place so that the money can be made even when I'm not there. So for the last 8 years, I have always worked with an assistant. I've always worked with a junior stylist. And then in 2018, I opened what I consider my dream salon. And I have had 2.5 teams rotate out in that salon. I am at a place in my career where I have figured out there is so much money that is being slept on in the beauty industry. You don't have to just do hair. You need to be okay with training people, because that seems to be a constant. People want to keep the secrets to themselves. Like, I don't want to train anybody. I don't want to educate anybody. I don't want to empower them to get it on their own, because then they're going to leave me. That is furthest from the truth. People feel a loyalty to the people who helped them get it. You taught me, I want to work with you because you taught me. And the more that I taught my team, the more money they was making. And now because I'm on commission, the more money I'm making. I'm down to doing nothing. Well, you know what I mean. But I fell in love with the idea of the scalability, because it's only so much I can do as a single stylist behind one chair. Booth rent will only take you so far because it's capped. But once you discover you can 10x yourself by building a team and putting them on commission, and they're happy to pay commission, because the more clients you give them, the more money they make. So they don't even care about the cut that you taking. Because if they understand, if it wasn't for you giving me the client, I wouldn't even have the money to cut from. And then even though that barber was really big on creating your own product so you can sell your own product, the Amazon affiliate link, when them clients are asking for referrals for products, instead of me making these large investments to start my own product line or go out and buy huge amounts of inventory for them to sit in the salon until whenever, now I'm just shooting them an Amazon affiliate link. Here's all the stuff that you need to take care of your hair. And they buying it. And I'm making a commission off of it, and I ain't even putting no money into it. It's too much money out here. People got to discover it. But you got to be open to learning and open to doing some drastically different things. And honestly, that's when I fell in love with it, because I seen the possibilities, and it's been up from there.
Were you skeptical about the Amazon affiliate link at first?
No. No, you see so many people do it on different like you got the lifestyle, you got fashion, you got all these different things that people are doing the affiliate links with. My clientele already trusts me. So it's an easy sale. I'm not selling them anything that they don't want. They're asking me for it. And it's convenient for them. You know, they're able to order their product sitting in the salon, and 2 days later it's at their front door. Who wouldn't love that? You know, and so I wasn't.
So for the listeners and the viewers, what is an Amazon affiliate account, or being an Amazon affiliate?
So, and please let me add this disclaimer. I'm not making big money off of Amazon. Like, I'm still building that. But it is so easy. It's thankless and it's passive. So the Amazon affiliate program, once you have hit a certain level of followers in one of your social media platforms, you can use Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok, I think Instagram, you can use any of those. You will do an application with the Amazon affiliate program, and they'll either approve you or deny you. Well, once they approve you, you set up what they consider a storefront. And so you can basically create a shoppable virtual storefront for your followers, your clients, whoever. So for me, I have a storefront category for all of my straight hair products, all of my curly hair products. You know, it just depends on what they're looking for. And then I'm able to just send them a link directly to the shampoo recommendation, conditioner recommendation, the curly products, whatever. And every time they shop that link, I get a commission from it. Right. So if they spend $65, I may only get 2 or 3, but think about how many people shopping that amount. That stuff adds up, and you ain't really doing nothing but sending a link.
Right. Yeah. Now you've also, you just spoke on when you attended that class that barber was hosting, that he also had
Mm-hmm.
merchandise, and that's a field that you're stepping in as well, right? You got a
I'm
couple tester
trying.
items.
Yeah.
When launching that,
So I have a website, lifeintheashlane.com. If you are an entrepreneur, please go get your domain. Okay, anywho. Um, so if you
it's a
visit
free
Life in the
gym.
Yeah.
Ashlane, listen, you can get a domain from so many different hosts. I go through GoDaddy and I pay like $18 for every 2 years. But that's what you need
It's
to make your name. You need that to make your name Googleable. Like that, you want to be Googleable. You want to pop. When people put in Life in the Ash Lane, it pops my website, my TikTok, it pops everything. Anywho, so I digress. Um, so yes, I started with a very simple slogan that I say in a lot of my videos, bring back shame. Because some of the things that folks are doing out here is shameful, and shame is missing in our
You're not
community. I
lying.
think that's why
Bring it back.
people are so encouraged to do whatever, however, bring shame back. So I have a couple of shirts and a hat that I've dropped thus far, and I plan on
mhm.
building upon that because we need to bring back shame. Period.
Definitely to bring back Shane. Look, people don't have any pride. They don't have any pride anymore. They just
No
out here
couth
just
about themselves.
no cool.
Zero.
They just out here
No coot.
just living
You just don't have no coot.
right.
I think too, people now here's where my opinion gets a little um blurry. People do want to live in their truth. It is a very sad life to have to
Mhm.
hide who you are. So I 100% believe in being 100% authentically yourself every day. Every day. I don't believe in
Right.
falling into the pressures of societal norms. Just because the majority of people are doing it does not mean we should be doing it. And that's why bringing back
Mhm.
shame is such a it's a tagline, but the things that a majority of people have become okay with, it's acceptable now. It's shameful, but people think it's okay because so many people are doing it. But
Yeah.
I want people to be 100%
Popularity always
authentically
wins.
themselves. Right. I think people need to have standards. And there are no standards. Like it's cool to not have standards. I don't get
Right.
it. I don't understand it.
And you have a lot of videos talking about it. You actually talked about one very recently. Um, I believe it was the social media trends that you've been seeing where these different shows are just kind of like perpetuating these different stereotypes, and you were kind of speaking
Mhm.
against that. Where did you realize your self-worth and realize that you had a voice and a platform to be able to make that change that you want to see? Because you say that a lot too. You want to be the change, right? Be the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Where did that stem from?
Yeah, so that stems from me really struggling in high school with my self esteem,
Mhm.
really struggling with my confidence. I wanted to be liked and accepted so bad um, in high school. And so as I got into my 18, 19, 20s, I was doing a lot of things that I thought would get me accepted again
Right.
because I was not comfortable in my truth, in my authenticity, but it never felt right. And I was raised in the church. I was raised even though my parents were divorced, my father was very active. I was raised with uncles and big cousins that were telling me this, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. So once I realized that my life was in shambles, because I'm out here living the way the majority of people are living, but it's not working for me, I kind of realized it ain't working for them either. But because these people are too
Right.
Right.
afraid to live outside of the box, you want to stay in this box with everybody else so you don't stand out, so you don't, cause any ruckus, so you don't cause any chaos by being outside of the box. Your life is in shambles and everybody in the box with you. Life is in shambles. I didn't want my life to be in shambles anymore. So I realized that I had to live in a radical way. I've got to do things that the average person is not willing to do. And once I started operating that way, I want to say in my mid 20s is when I really realized I don't care what everybody else is doing. I need to do what's best for me and what's best for future me. And it's been up from there because I don't care what people think. I am very comfortable and confident. Self-esteem is a sky high because I'm seeing the results in my life that I want to see based on me living how I want to live, regardless of the judgment that I get from others. Um, and so I'm getting the results that they aren't getting. And yeah, that's why it's working.
Right.
What was the moment where you had to shift a change in your results? Like instead of going and being like, all right, this is what society thinks I should have, but this is what makes me happy.
Right.
So remember earlier when we talked about associating the success of our life based on the results that our gifts give us? I realized that I never wanted my gifts of being a hairstylist and inspiring others and being the change that I want to see is not gonna it's not gonna make me rich. It's not gonna make me wealthy. And the moment that I said I'm okay with that, because what it did give me is peace. What it gave me is a sense of accomplishment based on what I wanted. It gave me freedom of time. Like being self-employed, being a hairstylist gives me freedom of time. I had my first child at 19, and I now am a mom of 2 boys. We're at the dinner table every day at 5:30.
Right.
Me being present is priceless for me. So I'm wealthy in so many ways that are intangible. It was the moment that I realized that I had to make a major shift and I started seeing this success in making those changes is when I was truly happy and more than content with the life that I had. Although materialistically, I mean, I have a whole bunch of stuff, but my bills was paid and my babies were happy and I didn't have to worry about no drama. Life was just great because I got everything that I need and most of what I want because I'm living for me. I don't live for anybody else's standards. And that's a different piece. That's a different happiness because it's your happiness. It's not based on anybody else's.
What does generational wealth mean to you and who?
Hold on. Before you ask that question.
Okay.
I want to be a little transparent with you. So
Okay.
Prior to today, I kind of been like on not really a good space for me.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
And a lot of that just has to do with just life shit, right?
Yeah.
And I felt as though like just with you answering that question made me realize like I once used to think that way,
Yeah.
like I once used to think like chasing accomplishing my goals, not just chasing my dreams, but accomplishing my goals, being wealthy in the sense of happiness and not in the sense of a dollar sign or what society paints for you.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody has it, but just being envious, low key. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that I should be further than where we're at.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just want to, say thank you because you kind of like brought that back for me. And to be able to, I need to look at life in a different perspective,
Yeah.
and then change my results because in the beginning of all of this, even before, my whole thing was I wanted peace.
Right.
I wanted to be present.
Right.
I have 2 kids. I have a wife, and that's been my whole MO since the beginning. And life happens, and you start being blinded by circumstance.
Yeah.
being able to, pod today and being able to be with my brothers and being able to share this platform with you and for you to give that gem to our listeners, but more importantly, me and inspire me.
Mm.
I just want to say I appreciate you for that.
You are so welcome. And if I could, I just want you to remember this because we all struggle with that. When you've been working so hard to get to a certain place in life and you don't see the results, it is frustrating and it does at times make you want to give up. But I want you to remember that the very thing that you are complaining about is the same thing that somebody's praying for.
I prayed for it.
So,
I told him
see,
the other day, I'm like, yo, everything that that I have right now, I prayed for it.
Right.
And
yeah,
because of circumstance, I'm like, man, circumstance make you
yeah.
look at make you look at a positive situation negative.
Right.
Yeah. And what did they say? Comparison is the thief of all joy.
Of all joy.
Like it
Yep.
it is so easy for us to look at our lives and say, but I really should be here. Look at what they got. But here's the reality. I got up this morning and I just made a video about this Friday. I want people to change the word have to get to. When we complain and say, I have to do this, I have to go over here, it sounds so negative. It's a blessing. You get to do these things. When you wake up and you have breath
Yeah.
in your body and your left and rights are working, when you have air in your house, you're not hot, when you got food to eat, when your children are still alive, you understand somebody buried their baby? You understand that it's somebody that slept outside last night? You understand that car that is 2 years too old for you, there's somebody that is walking 3-4 miles to work every day. How dare we complain? How dare we look at our life and not see the glass half full instead of glass half empty? And I relate so much to what you just said because I'm having struggles with my oldest son. My baby will be home June 17th. But my son has been in and out of my home for the last year and a half, and it has been a struggle for us. But guess what? My baby is still earthside. Somebody's child is gone. Somebody's child is locked up serving a life sentence because they were tried as an adult. Somebody's child is gone mentally because drugs have gotten a hold of them. I will never complain because we made it through. I just hope that people realize, and I'm so proud of you too, both of y'all, knowing that y'all are husbands with children and y'all are prioritizing being at home with your families. Stuff will never replace you, Black Kings. We need you at home every day. We need you present. We need you physically there. And it's so easy for us to say we got to go get this money when in the reality, our kids want to wear Spider-Man shoes and they want to go shop at Dollar Tree. They don't even want this stuff. They want us
Crying,
home.
man. You had to chill. I'm a crier. I'm a crier.
No, and it's okay. I'm a crier too, but I'm proud of you for recognizing that because you being present in your home, you being present in our community is what is going to make the change that we need to save our children. We are being the change that we want to see. And so instead of me going out, could I be making 10 times more money than I'm making? I sure could. But what are my kids going to do? How are my kids going to, become the best men that they can become? I want to be married. How am I going to be a wife, a present, active wife to my husband when I get one, when all I'm doing is chasing a dollar? It doesn't make sense. So we have to prioritize the things that are important to us. And it is more important to us, to me, to have generational wealth. And this is going to segue into what Will was about to ask me. The generational wealth for me is watching my babies grow up and being big mama. I can't wait to raise these grandkids. I joke and say I'm saving this arm fat for the good hugs for when I become big mama because I want to bring that back. That's the start for me. And it starts with me raising my kids right.
Man, that's a hell of a segue. You kind of good at this. You know that, right? There's no reason you shouldn't have a podcast, Ash. There's no reason. There's no reason. That was a hell of a segue.
I'm working on it.
You brought that all. I was getting ready to say, look, man, forget that
full
question.
Circle.
Man.
Full circle.
We need to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Look, it's so crazy that you brought that up, and look, and I love moments like this because it wasn't scripted. It wasn't scripted. We didn't have like a pre-chat saying, look, we want you to segue into this. We want you to ask these kind of questions. We want you to talk about these kind of things. So I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad that you something was placed on you to have that conversation in that moment, right? To bring that topic up. Because obviously it hit home for my brother, but it hit home for me as well. Because we're all kind of in the same boat. Your child is a lot older than ours. Your baby's getting ready to graduate next year, right?
Don't rush it. He'll be 17 in July. So yes. Look, I don't want to talk about it.
Man.
Yes.
That's tough.
You got a grown little baby right now.
I know.
And
Listen, he's a grown little baby, but he's always gonna be my baby. I don't care how grown he is. That's my firstborn. So
I told my oldest that yesterday. We was at my brother-in-law house, and they was talking about, we not babies, and I was like, shit.
Yes, you are.
You gonna always be
quiet.
baby.
Right. Always.
Look,
absolutely.
I'm glad mine can't talk. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's coming. It's coming. Be prepared.
Right. Look, I'm looking forward to it. Parenthood for me, and it's just off on the tangent. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but parent for me has just been such a beautiful experience. And I'm glad that we're able to have this conversation as parents.
Yeah.
Right. Because we don't, typically, like on our show, I'm not going to lie to you, we don't typically get into like parenthood like that.
You can go listen to the rap sessions. Right. And that's where that's another show up under the Free Gems umbrella you can tap into if you want to hear about our parenting and marriages and life.
Yeah. But on this show though, we don't typically get into it. So you kind of bringing out a different side that these listeners don't typically get from us. So we appreciate it. Gotcha. You break some barriers.
Well, listen, I like to be a trendsetter. But if I could, why are we doing everything that we do? Why are we starting these podcasts? Why are we starting these businesses? Why are we working? Even though you're here from the entrepreneurial side to get information on that, if I didn't have these babies, why would I be going as hard as I'm going? You know what I mean? So I tell my kids all the time, my great-great-grandchildren will come from old money one way or another. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my last name or my husband's last name, whoever he may be. Because I want to be the change that I want to see. I want my last name to hold weight to where when my grandchildren walk into rooms, your grandmama's who? Oh, that was a good woman. Your granddaddy is who? That was a good man. That's why we do the things that we do. Like, let's be honest. Y'all are not working hard for you. You're working hard for your last name. And so that aspect has to be talked about because that's the motivation for everything. It should be anyway.
Right.
When did that kick in for you? Generational wealth, and when did you like realize what that was?
It may sound crazy, but when I was a kid, I grew up poor. I grew up poor. My parents did the best that they could, but I think they were victims of circumstance. And I remember watching my mom have to make decisions that she shouldn't have to make. You should never have to pick between whether or not I'm going to go to work and keep my job or I'm going to take my sick kids to the doctor and take care of my kids. And I knew then I don't ever want to work for somebody else. So I didn't recognize at that age that was generational wealth, but I understood that I wanted the freedom of time. I didn't have a title for it yet, but I understood it. And because I grew up with that struggle, I vowed that my children would never know that struggle. And so as I started, really maturing and growing and recognizing what that does for your freedom, what that does, how does generational wealth, how does passive income, how does money help you to be more present? As I started discovering that, I want to say that I was probably in my early 20s. When I recognized that working a 9-to-5, no shade to the 9-to-5s, because there's some people making great money on a 9-to-5, but your children can't inherit your 9-to-5. And I was determined to leave my children some things that could be life-changing for them once I was gone. So it was probably in my early 20s when my oldest son is 2 or 3 years old. And I
Right.
recognized like I gotta do something else. And it's been my journey since.
Have they been able to work at the salon?
My kids hate it. They my
You
kids
said
hate
they
it because
hate it.
I'm a firm believer in if a man don't work, hate it, despise it. I put my kids to work. Every opportunity you going to work, whether it's at my home, whether it is my dad owns a couple of businesses, you gonna work with him. I'll bring my kids to the salon with me, and they do the cleaning. They do some of the maintenance with me. Because keep in mind, when I first started doing hair and opened my first salon, I didn't have no money to be paying somebody to come in and maintenance and fix. I had to learn how to do that stuff myself. So I taught my sons
Mhm.
how, well, the baby boy was probably too little, but my oldest son, he knows how to change out outlets. He know how to clear out the shampoo bowl drain. He know how to fix the dryers because I had to do it. So my sons are
Right.
understanding now that with privilege comes responsibility. And I am getting them to see, if you like mommy to not work on Mondays and Tuesdays so I can come eat lunch with you at school, that means you're going to have to come help mommy clean up on Saturday so that I can keep the money from a cleaning crew in my pocket so that I can come eat lunch with you on Monday. And my kids are understanding,
Right.
if I want my mama here, this is what we got to do as a team and as a family. And they hate it sometimes, but they like the rewards when, it pays off. But yeah, they don't be wanting to work.
We spoke about a plethora of things that you have your hands in. One that we didn't mention though is author, right? You have
Yeah, that's
how many
right.
books now on your website? On your website that you're offering to your
Four.
supporters?
Four.
Four. And can you break
Four,
down
I
what
think.
each of those four are and what it is that they're teaching?
Yeah. So most of them, three of them are business related. One is how to set your prices. I see so many small businesses that legit don't know how to price themselves. So there's never profit, which means there'll never be growth. So I
Right.
wrote an ebook called How to Set Your Prices. There's another ebook that is 10 ways to gain and retain your ideal client. And there's another ebook, 50 ways to spoil a client. Because I'm a firm believer, if you spoil your clients and your customers, they're loyal and they'll never go anywhere. So those three books are business
Oh,
related. And then I also wrote a book called How to Flirt. So it's a workbook teaching women how to discover the confidence in themselves, their femininity, and to get the gumption, baby, to go out here and help your man find you. Because a lot of women are not comfortable flirting because they've never been taught how. So I wrote a workbook on that. So it's a total of four
right.
that I wrote, and I be trying to get it out here to the people.
You be getting it out to the
Getting out to
people,
the
not
people.
trying.
You already are.
That
What?
I'm getting out to the people, that I offer to the people.
There you
What?
go.
What? Tell us about that first one. How did that first one come about? And what made you want to write a book?
So yeah, so I had some people to give me some free game along the way as I was working through my business, but I had to pay for a lot of information. And I see in our community, I ain't got to say no more than that, but we gatekeep. I don't like that. I feel if each one teach one is a real thing, why am I not teaching people how to set their prices to prepare their business for success? So I noticed that a lot of people are underpricing themselves. When I talk to other small business owners, they are not taking paychecks. Like they're not being paid because they're only charging enough to cover the overhead. And it was just on my heart to help people, business owners, discover you're not going to go anywhere ever. You're only going to be able to operate. You won't ever scale if you keep these prices right here. And so that's what kind of inspired that book. Because to me, it's easy when you understand your overhead and you know how much you want to make. add for taxes and incidentals, and boom, you got a formula for pricing yourself appropriately.
Right.
That's a gem. Hit the button.
Definitely a gem.
I know you fucking lying.
Wrong
That's
button.
the wrong button.
All right, look, disclaimer. That's hilarious. If you heard that button said, I know you fucking lying. Our wives also has a podcast. And sometimes I forget which buttons they have programmed on our machine. And look, at this point,
we're not going to worry about it.
We're not going to worry about it.
That's it. It's okay.
They got some other profane buttons to look at. I don't want to curse us out this late in the game. You know, it's a lot of profane buttons on the machine. That's hilarious. Look, we have a new segment, right, that we introduced to the show called This or That. And we would like for you to be an installment of this. So look, the first one, Nashville hot chicken, right? Because that's one of y'all cult classics there.
It is.
Nashville hot chicken.
Only if it's from the original Prince's hot chicken. There is no such thing as Nashville hot chicken without Prince's hot chicken, period. I'm sorry. That's a long argument.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Look, I don't know Princess. Yeah. All respect to Princess. The Princess out there making it happen.
Pioneering chicken.
Seriously, started in the 80s, for real.
All right, okay, so Princess hot chicken, right?
Thank you.
Or
yes,
a traditional Southern barbecue.
Princess hot chicken every day. Give me a breast quarter mile with fries, extra pickles, and a side of ranch, please and thank you.
Shout out to Princess, man. Look. That's like
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. You right.
Walking in talking about, let me get the usual.
You know.
Look.
Be like,
can you walk in?
Ash told me to come up here and get a breast quarter. Get that.
Look, we gonna pray a sponsorship for you.
With Princess chicken, I'll take it. Listen, I love that chicken. It come in a brown paper bag. That's how you know you can eat good. When you get that brown paper bag, finger licking good. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the one.
They be like, see, look, the new Nashville might not know though.
They just
know.
Wow.
They going to Helen's and Hattie B's. They are being lied to. That is not real Nashville hot chicken. I said what I said.
You know, I know some people who stand by Helen's and all them other places that you talking about. We like them too.
Don't they had. Now listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this too. It's off topic, but it's not off topic. Prince's Hot Chicken used to be in the hood, and their building burned down. They used to stay open to 3-4 o'clock in the morning. That's coming crazy. Out the club, brown paper bag, greasy chicken after you've been drinking.
You in the game.
That's who started Nashville hot chicken. That's what you want. This new stuff, that ain't no real chicken. Get that out of here.
As you was in the club.
Huh?
She had a life. She got a life, brother.
Huh?
Look, but she don't want to say 3-4 o'clock in the morning leaving the club.
She said she was. She lived. You know, I would hope she lived. That she's a life coach.
You right. So look,
I speak from experience.
Got it. Because how you gonna give advice on life if you ain't never lived it, right?
So you ain't never went to Princess.
Thank you.
Right, and we can't trust your advice if you out here going to Hattie B's or Helen's or Miss Mary Mac.
I can't even believe nothing that you say.
Yeah,
I can't believe nothing that you say.
You really from Knoxville?
Who? If they eating Helen's and Hattie B's, they are.
Hey, I got family in Knoxville. I got family in Knoxville.
East Nashville. They ain't never been on you and Lane at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get some Princess hot chicken, watching the people fight in the parking lot because they drunk from the club. If you ain't never experienced that, you ain't really from Nashville. Sorry.
Right.
I feel personally attacked when people be talking about I'm from Nashville. No, you ain't.
That is not Nashville.
We don't know. Look, we from Georgia. Look,
we from Columbus, Georgia.
We don't know nothing about that Nashville life.
Listen.
You want to talk about Jamie's Hot Wings?
Come on now.
We can talk about it.
Eastside legend now. And look, there's be a lot of people out here trying to talk bad about Jamie. And we don't let
we ain't letting it happen.
But I need y'all to stand 10 toes down for Jamie's if they've been holding it down.
Every time, look, you can't look. See? And look, the real people that know on the east side that Jamie name ain't Jamie.
Her name is Kim.
You know, I don't know who Jamie is.
You call, she gonna hit you with the 15 minutes.
It don't matter what you order. 30-piece wing, it don't matter. It's gonna be 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And it's gonna That's a fact. That's a fact. Look. I understand.
That is so funny.
Your princess hot chicken
is our Jamie's hot wings.
For sure.
And I'm territorial, and I'm gonna stick beside them. That's my chicken. I'm gonna stick beside them.
I argued with somebody on Facebook 2 days ago. Look, somebody trying to talk bad about Jamie's, man.
Bro,
I felt offended.
Right. I don't even eat meat no more, and I'm still rocking with Jamie.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you?
That's how we feel about Princess Hot Chicken.
Look, okay. Helping someone with their career advice or with their personal. I'm sorry, not career advice. Their career goals versus their personal goals.
I'll take career goals for 500. People do not like changing in their personal life. People often struggle not following their heart, even though their head is telling them don't do it. I only give people 3 times to complain to me about their romantic issues, and I don't want to hear it no more because you really don't want to change it. So I'll help somebody with their career before I help them with their personal life. Anytime.
Okay, and I got one more for you.
Okay.
Focusing on your inner beauty or your outer beauty?
Inner beauty. Inner beauty. That outer beauty fades. I could become dismembered tomorrow. When they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, what one person thinks is beautiful, the other person does not find attractive. But having a great spirit and a magnetic energy, having the type of personality that people flock to, I can make it in any room based on the type of energy that I have because that inner work has been done. That outer beauty may not always go like that.
But that outer beauty, your money maker though now. You gotta keep that in mind.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it?
I don't know.
Or is it the bonus?
My brother loves a good debate.
Oh.
I'm here for it.
I think
like
it's a plus one.
I'm going to say bonus section argue with me.
My woman got to be funny. She got to be funny and got to have a personality.
That hair might need to be dead too, though.
Yeah, but that hair ain't going to be dead all the time.
And let's talk about it. Here's the reality. I'll be 37 in July. I am closer to 40 than anything else. July 16th. July 16th.
My wife's husband is July 11th. You a Cancer.
It's a national holiday. I'm a Cancer. Yes, I am. So I feel like this. Although I understand exactly what Will is saying. No, I can't get up looking like a booger wolf every day. I'm with you. I get it. However, our looks are going to fade. Gravity is going to take hold of that body. You know, age is not always kind. And I'm light-skinned. I don't age the same way my more melanin blessed women do. Like light-skinned women be struggling out here sometimes with the age. But my personality will last forever. So I can dress up. I can make any woman look beautiful. You give me enough time and enough beauty products, I can make you look beautiful on the outside, but it's temporary. But having a incredible personality and character and integrity and moral compass, having that, and I'm funny and I'm smart, and then you add beauty to it, oh, you winning. You winning all over the board, but beauty should be second. It shouldn't be primary.
There you go. What are some things that Ash need, right? What are some things that Ash need? It's some. I hear you talk, and sometimes I be feeling like, look, if she just reached out for help, probably could help out with some things. So, what are some things that Ash need?
First, I need you to get out of my business. That's the first thing I need you to do.
You're right. Reject, get help. That's it.
If I'm honest, Ash needs to understand that there are people who are willing to help. I just said the other day that I have people that are literally waiting on me to tell them what I need. But because I have conditioned myself to be the savior for everybody else, I forget that sometimes I need saving.
You got to
So
take care of you first.
I know, and I preach that to everybody else, and then be in here crying in the pillows on my couch because Lord, I'm tired. I 1,000% believe in putting my own oxygen mask on first. So what
Right.
I need is to be okay delegating out, which is what I'm doing. That's why the salon runs so smoothly. But this is a new realm for me. This content creation on this level is a new territory. So I don't really know how to ask for help because who can make my content but me? I have to make the content. You know what I mean? But I definitely need people to keep me accountable. I ask my followers, my online family, if you don't see me go live on Monday, I need y'all on my head because that means I'm somewhere like putting this on the back burner and this is important to me. So I definitely need people that are going to hold me accountable, and I need people who are not going to accept mediocrity from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving myself only average effort in this field. Because it is a lot. I carry a lot, I do a lot. So
Yeah.
just having people that hold me accountable and have people that push me to my next level cuz I'm capable. I just need people to stay on my head because, baby, I be in this house unbothered by the stuff I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, look, I say this. You know, I've spoke to you before about the Patreon tip,
Yeah.
and I think that you offer a lot of great services to people, right? And I believe that people will pay for them. You know, and you know, you spoke
Mhm.
to our situation before of look, those people who didn't come with you to your paid journey, they weren't supposed to be there, right? You want them to
Right.
weed themselves out because the people that are going to
Mhm.
pay for your support, those are your real supporters anyway, right? So,
They are.
you know, we've crossed that path with Patreon before, and I think it really will be something that could benefit you. So
And you are already familiar with the nickel and dime approach.
most definitely,
You know what I'm saying? Like what you're not trying to knock a person over their head with your
right?
price, even though you know your price and you know your worth. You know, you can at the end of the day, there's plenty of companies that then sold product for $2, $3, $4, $5 and then
Right.
sold their product up and scaled it to $1 million off of $2, $3, or $5.
Right.
Yes, they have. Yes.
So you can put that price tag of to whatever, however, I'm not going to put no price because that's your job.
Right.
But you can, name your price, and your supporters are going to support you.
You can
Yeah.
even set your Patreon up to where you can allow the customer, all right, or supporter to pay what they feel like you deserve.
Yeah.
Right. You can set a floor,
Mm.
right? Let's say the floor
Okay.
is, let's just say $5. But they like, well, I see
She didn't change my life, so I'm gonna give her $100.
I'm gonna give her $100. I see the value in this. This is $100 worth of content, and they have the opportunity to do that. I just think, look, and I don't know you, right, from a can of paint. You don't know my brother from a can of paint, but I believe that you have valuable content, right?
I appreciate
I'm,
it.
If you can drive people, from one platform to another, or you can drive people to your platform,
right.
you can drive those same people to a platform with a paywall.
Correct.
Mm.
Correct.
I received that wholeheartedly,
And
and
it's passive.
yeah, which is why I've been going so hard on YouTube. I believe some game is to be sold, some game is to be told. Now, listen, you can't get everything for free. Because if I had to learn from it, if I had to pay for it, if I had to suffer through to get it, you're going to have to pay me to save you from going through the same hardship or financial struggles. Like, it's valuable. I know it is. I
Mhm.
procrastinate. I'm my own worst enemy. I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I'm looking at it on the to-do list and roll over and look the other way because I'm like, I done did enough for today. So I will definitely reach out. Will has been incredible offering help, and I love that, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to take you guys up on your offer. Patreon needs to happen for sure, especially if TikTok falls off. And a podcast.
A podcast. You have
way too much content to just be throwing it out just for YouTube.
Yeah. And TikTok.
Way too much content. This should be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, wherever it is that people are searching up podcasts, Pandora. It should be there. It should be accessible. I should be able to type in on any platform and listen to this content. Money Monday should be everywhere.
Yeah. It's just like you not us telling her how she should run her.
I know. And I apologize.
Listen, hold on. No. Understand that although I may make good content, the structure that is needed to create those type of things that you guys are already doing, I don't have that. I'm a sponge. Teach me.
Are you familiar with like Earn Your Leisure?
I love them. Troy and Rashad, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so you're familiar
She's
with
already up on game. What is
right. So you're familiar with Market Mondays.
Absolutely. Yes.
So why isn't what is it again?
Money Mondays.
Money Mondays. Why isn't it up here with Market Mondays? All you missing is the podcast element.
That's it.
And you're doing it.
Already doing it.
You're already doing it. All it is just you switching the platform. What distribution?
That's it.
She don't have to say the Switch platform. She can still continue to you can still continue to upload on YouTube. That's not an issue.
But that's why I said distribution.
Right. And these distributions.
The only thing that would require me to do is I could do the exact same Money Monday. I can create the first 15 minutes of it without interaction with the audience. Collect that as a recorded audio, that's the podcast, and then continue for the engagement with my audience. I don't know how to hook. Listen, I'm still using a USB on this Shure mic. I'm not even using this Shure mic to the fullest of. I don't know how to do this stuff.
That's fine.
I don't know how to do it.
USB
Let's change. I don't know how to do it to I'm learning.
You're learning. We started with a USB mic as well.
I need to learn. I am learning how.
For three guests, we used one mic.
Yeah.
Now imagine how messed up that should have sounded.
But it sounded great.
But it did sound all right. We made it work. But for three guests, we used one USB mic, and we did that for probably one full year.
Yep.
Right? You start where you start. The microphone is not the issue.
Yeah.
That and Shure makes a hell of a good USB microphone. So look, no Shure slander.
It sounds great.
Sure makes
no, not at all. Not at all.
Right.
It's just not the setup that I have now, how y'all probably have a separate, again, I don't know what it's called, but this is just hooked up directly to my laptop. So I know that there is a component
with StreamYard, you're able to capture the audio only, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I have no excuse.
So once you download the audio,
I need you to get off of my toes.
I want you
please.
to research podcast distribution. Most of these platforms are free. I want you to sign up.
Anchor.fm.
It's Spotify for podcasts.
Oh, now. My fault.
It's not Anchor.fm anymore. Spotify for podcasts is one that we use and have been using, and it's free. Do you have a Spotify account?
But I will have one before tomorrow morning.
Spotify account, you don't even need the paid version. You can use the free version. You just need an account to log in.
Okay.
Once you log in, only thing you have to do is go to file upload and upload the file. Name it what you want, add a couple, and that's it. Now,
Scout's honor, you will have my first podcast episode up before the end of the week.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Look.
Okay. We your accountability partner.
All right. Now you know I tap into the shows. And
I need it.
I'm gonna put you on blast in the comments because I tap in.
Please do.
I'm gonna be like,
you do, and I appreciate the support.
I'm gonna be like, damn, it look, still a week and I ain't seen an episode yet. I'm gonna be on there refreshing.
I thought you said by the end of the week. And I already
Yeah,
have here's what's gonna really blow y'all's mind. It's so much content already done. I
I
have
know it.
been recording audio for podcasts since last year. It's so full that I can't even use the cloud anymore on StreamYard. So I know I got at least 10 episodes. All I got to do is plug and play. I have no excuse.
See,
By the
you
end of the
got
week,
it.
an
See,
episode will
You
be
got
up.
it.
You out here playing games.
Scalp
You are.
You out here playing games.
Let me ask you a question. How do you deal with burnout
Yes,
with you doing so much?
I go to sleep. I go to bed.
You go to bed.
That's the reason I go to bed. I be like, I'm done. I can't. Um, Honestly, every Monday morning when I wake up, I make a to-do list for the week. Whatever gets done, gets done. And if I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I literally will get in the bed and do a reset and then get back up and go the next day. But that's why some of these things have not been done. I'm very self-aware. I wear the hats of like 5 people. So the reality is I can't do it all. I'm
Right.
only one. So if it gets done, it gets done. I handle the necessities. I handle the emergencies as they come up. I prioritize my children and my family. And then if there's time at the end of the day to work on anything extra, great. But if it's not, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And that's it. But that's how we look up and a whole year has passed. It ain't a podcast episode up yet. That's how. That's how that happened. That's how. But I go to bed. I go to sleep and I get up and start over.
Well, we definitely appreciate your honesty, right? Because you could have easily got on here and just lied to be like, look, I don't got time because I do X, Y, and Z. I appreciate your honesty. We appreciate your honesty.
For sure.
And like you said, you need someone to help you
Absolutely.
be accountable. And I don't got no issue doing that in your comments. So I'm gonna hold you accountable. Look, I told you last week. I said, look, I ain't see no Money Mondays. Where was it? Because I sure was on YouTube.
So
Look,
didn't.
I ain't seen
So
notification.
didn't.
Maybe my YouTube notifications messed up. Look, I ain't see it. So I'm
And
over here hitting refresh.
Will,
nothing
what did
happened.
I respond
Look,
back
I got no
with?
problem being.
I think I responded back was like, I know, I'm gonna do it. Like,
Pretty much. He was like, I know, but I'm gonna have one up. Look, I'm waiting. I'm waiting because I look forward to the content.
I'm on the way.
And he knows. Look, I'm real particular about the people I decide to watch.
Yeah.
Real particular. Real particular. Look, and I discovered you on TikTok, and I don't even use TikTok. I don't even. Should
He be lying.
use
Thank
TikTok.
you.
He be on TikTok. I'd be like, where you seen this from? He be like, TikTok.
It be TikToks that be repurposed for Instagram.
TikTok.
You know what I mean? Like it be saying TikTok in the corner, but it be on Instagram though.
Yeah, so you figured out, right?
I actually saw you on TikTok though. It was one of the rare times that I actually was on, and I was like, "What's she talking about?" You was ruffling somebody's feathers. I can't remember exactly what I was, but you was definitely ruffling some feathers. And I was like, "I like this content. I like this content. She's a little edgy. I like this.
I'll come back.
And I've been tapping ever since. So,
and I appreciate
for sure,
you. I appreciate
and never
you supporting.
Most definitely.
So, what's up?
No.
Oh, do you have any questions for us? I know you said earlier that you're not prepared.
Not prepared. To ask
we didn't went
questions.
through a whole hour and some change. I don't know whether or not you had a question or anything.
Yeah, in all honesty, I don't. I was not prepared for any questions, but I would like to just say that I've watched a few podcasts. Well, the YouTube videos. I have to go to the podcast and listen. I haven't done that, but I appreciate you all being an example that we don't typically see. And so I don't have any questions, but I just have the encouragement of continue to operate outside of the normal. The content you guys are putting out can definitely shift the direction of our community. And we need way more of that than we need anything that's trendy or anything that is popular. And so I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on. And I am just ecstatic to see some Black men being a positive example when you really could be anything else. So thank you. Thank you. And that's all I have. I don't have anything else.
We want to give you your jury.
Right.
Most people, in most platforms, they want to give flowers. What on ours, we give jury because flowers eventually die, but jury's, shine bright and we shine together. So for you, doing what you do, whether it's being a mom, being a serial entrepreneur,
being an old school
stylist, content creator, author, just everything. We want to give you your jury, and please continue to shine bright.
Most definitely.
I have no intentions of stopping, and I thank you so much for seeing me and encouraging me and speaking life into me. I appreciate that.
Oh,
definitely, no problem.
How we like to end our show is your top 5.
I think we were froze for a second. Hold on. Repeat back. I think we were froze for just a second.
Is your top 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna let
top 5.
You do it.
Okay, so let's see. You do a lot. Let's say top 5 advice that you've given, right? You can keep it real brief. Just what are your top 5 advice that that you have given that has been received well?
Top 5 advice that I have given that has been received well. Always be 100% authentically you, because it's your life and nobody else's. Put your own oxygen mask on first, because you can't save or help anybody if you are not here. Understand that there is a difference between the cup and the saucer season. Sometimes your blessings are poured directly into you because you're in your cup season. Sometimes your blessings are poured directly into you as an overfill because you're in your saucer season. And never be jealous when someone else is winning because your turn is coming next. You are human. You can't expect perfection from yourself, especially if it's the first time that you are doing said thing. Show yourself grace and mercy. And 4, as long as you live a life that you are proud of, it doesn't matter what other people see as success. You'll always be happy because it's the life that you wanted for you. So those are my 5 top pieces of advice.
Amen. And just like that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if we kind of froze up a little bit.
Did you hear my 5? Do you need me to repeat them?
Yeah, repeat that 5.
Repeat the last one for me. I don't know, we kind of cut out a little bit.
The last gem is to always live a life that you're proud of, because then your happiness will be based off of what you want and not what other people see as success.
Got it. Well, like we say, man, look, that's impeccable 5. We really do appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Your patience with all the rescheduling, like we said earlier. And
I know you didn't want me on here, Will. That's fine. Just tell the truth. I'm joking.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
Look, I vouch for you in our group chat. I vouch. Look,
he ain't vouching for a whole bunch of people.
No. Look, believe it or not, I'm not even the one who typically seek out guests.
Oh, see, I'm special across the board. I am.
See? Yeah, look. Normally I leave that to my brother. My brother normally, look, we got this going on. We got this one book. We got this one book. We got this one book. And I'm the one who kind of threw a shift in there. Like, well, I think we should throw Ash in there. I like Ash. Look, we need to find a way to fit Ash in. And then look, we end up rescheduling these multiple times.
I'm glad you did.
Again, we glad that you were patient with us. We're glad that you didn't say, you know what? To hell with free gems.
Right. I don't even know where those guys are from.
Don't worry about it.
most definitely.
Right.
But this was a pleasure. We enjoyed.
I was
we hope
happy
that
to
you
do it.
enjoyed. And this concludes
another great episode of Free Gems Podcast.
There you go.